performance has gone this week?
We're a good portion through the week, of course. Early part of the week consisted of a lot of testing and really trying to find out where the guys were at in terms of their physical and athletic capacities. I've got to say, the guys were given programs over the course of the off-season and they've kept themselves in very good shape, which has enabled us to move rather briskly through some of the work, which is great news because we've got Atlanta United in 8 or 9 days. So I've been able to just force the issue a little bit more with some of the competitive work, as you've seen this morning, some structural, some foundations and structural work for the back five when we play with 3 centre-backs, looking at midfield players and where and how they screen or press. But of course in that system, wing-backs, what and how they go and get pressure on the ball, so we don't just become a group that are going to sit there. I want to be aggressive, but we've got to try and find a good foundational level to work from. So pleased, really pleased so far. My only disappointment is how the field has just sort of churned up a little bit, but we're trying to be as sensible as possible. We've had the last, where are we today? Thursday. We've had the last 3 days on turf, so it's nice for the guys to get out and get some grass under their feet and work towards Saturday week when we will be on grass playing against Atlanta.
Open up for a few questions.
Are you starting to notice that guys are starting to gel a little bit and they know where each other are at on all sides of the field?
Yes, is a simple answer. The good thing is, having constructed the group, there are 3 or 4 of the guys that I've worked with before, and those lads have got an understanding, an appreciation of what I expect, and some of the philosophy and direction to not just the defending that you've seen here this morning, but some of the possession and creative work that we'll go through. I think that makes the process a little bit easier, rather than having 23 players who have never worked in my environment before. It certainly gives us a little bit of a basis to work from. The rest of the guys have picked up a lot of the possession that we've done early on in the week. This has been an outline session, one we did yesterday and today on the defensive unit. And what I can say from this point is that there are some intelligent lads. They don't take long to understand what I'm asking of them, and they've got the right physical and athletic qualities to get that done as well, which means that we've recruited reasonably well, which is what I was hoping.
At this point in the preseason, how much are you just building a foundation for what you're going to be versus preparing specifically for Atlanta United?
A lot of the stuff's going to be to give the guys a very good overview, not just this week, but throughout the pre-season, of the different aspects of our style of play. What do we look like when we haven't got the ball and we're defending deep? What do we look like when we haven't got the ball and we want to press high? What do we look like when we have got it but we're coming out the back? And what do we look like when we're trying to create in their half of the field? You know, they're the big topics, but within those topics, you know, I can dig a little bit deeper and ask more of the players and you know, try and find out a little bit more of, you know, how we're going to achieve that. You know, supporting angles, interaction, relationships. You know, there's plenty to be looking at. There's a lot of ground to cover. What I would like to do towards the latter part of next week is just make the guys aware of what they're running into, whether that's with some video or, you know, practically what we might have to deal with. But the challenge next Saturday is going to be very different, I would imagine, to what we're going to face throughout the year. So whilst I want to make sure the lads are ready for that, it is part of a build-up and a process that should prepare them for the opening game of the season.
Is there an identity for this team, or is that kind of a work in progress that you build from week to week?
Yeah, I think the identity should start to shine through from the opening day of the season. As supporters, as press, whoever's watching the game, should start to see what the players are about, what our style is about. Are we a team that are capable of maintaining the ball, working good angles, creating when we haven't got the ball? Are we an hard-working team? Are we a genuine team? Do the lads have desire and determination to get back in a game when they're behind? Those things will happen over a period of time. There's going to be an awful lot of things that happen for us that are a first time we go behind. I couldn't tell you at this point, 4 or 5 days into pre-season, what those guys are going to be like. They'll be disappointed, but I need more than that. I need to see, and probably more than that, I need to offer to them, this is how we get back in a game, and then this is it. I will see how they apply themselves. What are we going to be like when we go to a free up, which I hope is on a number of occasions, of course, but how will we manage a game? Are we still only capable of playing one way, or do we have the right mentality and ability to see games out, as most people would describe it, and make life difficult for our opponent? There's a lot to cover with this group. The good thing is these guys have been recruited based on good character, and by that I mean they're hard-working lads. They set a good precedent in training. They're very respectful of each other and everything around them, and they're very determined. They've also been recruited on the basis of their qualities, of course, per position, but the vein that runs through all of them is that they have a high athletic capacity, and they're capable, and should be, of making sure that they can force the issue and be a very positive team throughout the season.
Last question, guys.
You've recruited a lot of players who were captains on other established USL teams before. What is it about the opportunity in Nashville, or what you and Mike have been telling these guys, that made this seem like such an attractive opportunity?
I think there's a number of different things about Nashville. I can speak personally from that now because I've been here a year. The place is just a terrific place to be, whether that's climate, to be honest, this time of year, what a lovely day. I know we might get some rain this afternoon, but I think we all know there's plenty of places in the US that this time of year you just cannot get outside. Summers are terrific, and I'm not even talking about the people or the city itself and the type of lifestyle you can have. So Nashville itself is a big attraction, and not just my soccer players that come in here. There's a lot of people every day coming here, and I think that's testimony to the place. I think we have a fabulous staff. I'd like to include myself in that. I don't mean as a person, but I mean as a background and a reputation of hopefully guys are hearing that when they come to a team that I'm in charge of, that I'm going to respect what they're about, build a good side, and offer them the opportunity to continue to improve, which I think is vitally important for every player. We've also got a wonderful future to the club.
Coach,
Where, what and how we go is massively important to a lot of players, where they're going to play.
Soccer Cowboy Giovanni Ludovico, have a question for you. I want to know what happened with goalkeepers. What is your favorite? What are you looking for?
I can't tell you I've got favourites. That'd be completely wrong of me. How can I tell you I've got a favourite? I've worked with both of the first choice goalkeepers, and I class them as first choice goalkeepers because Matt Pickens, who won a championship with me in Colorado, is a very experienced individual and still in wonderful shape and has got many years left in him. And CJ Cochran has had a fabulous couple of years in Oklahoma, OKC, and was instrumental in them in their playoff run. at this point in time. Of course, Matt has far more experience, but if CJ cannot pick up and doesn't learn some tricks of the trade off of Matt, then I can't imagine there's anyone that he will. So it's only going to be a positive for CJ. I have no issue whatsoever in playing either of those guys in between those sticks on any given Saturday, and it'll be down to who's performing at their best.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Thanks.